Hello, MonstersAbound, and welcome back to Total War Troy, and part 23 of my Odysseus campaign, where we're dealing with, well, a couple of armies, actually. Odysseus is mowing them down. It's absolute carnage. The chariots are doing their job, which is, you know, basically running over everyone and causing catastrophic mother-chuffing damage. Okay, well that's the reinforcements dealt with. I mean, brutally. I mean, I don't know where these slingers think they're going, but it's a terrible place to be, which is right in front of all my guys with all of their javelins and stones and... Well, yeah, run. Run faster, I would. Okay, well, they're dead. Meanwhile, the main army is now over here. So we've got some heavy Anatolian skirmishers. Look at these guys. They're in some armour. A bunch of dicks. Got some renowned Dardanian sworn fighters. I keep reading sword fighters, but of course they don't have swords. They just got ruddy great maces. What's that? More heavier. I mean, they've got a lot of actually fairly good for this faction infantry. These sworn sword fighters are not sword fighters. They're sworn fighters. For fuck's sake, sworn fighters. It would really make my life easier if they had. What the fuck is this? No, there we go. Not holding the mace properly. Yeah, it might make my life a lot easier if they're holding swords, but never mind. Never mind. There's fearless sword fighters. They're not sworn sword fighters. Try saying that 8 times fast. And they've also got some heavy Trojan chariots. These things are fucking brutal. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like maybe they're just heavier. They're a heavy chariot. What are our chariots? Medium chariots. I think that's probably the difference. I think their chariots are heavier, and so therefore when they charge things, they're more likely to do damage, whereas our chariots are, like, you know, not as heavy. So we should probably, you know, make our chariots beefier, because chariots seem like pretty much the best unit to use in the entire game. They probably... I don't know if chariots need to be toned down at all, but I certainly think they probably need to be able to pull through units less easily, because even medium chariots don't have a particularly hard time doing quite a lot of damage. But I do think I'd probably do a lot more damage if I had the heavy chariots. So, I mean, our infantry is fine. We've got really good missile units, particularly javelins, and we're skirmish heavy, which is great. Unless you're facing an enemy which just can... I mean, we've seen the Hector's Chosen with their ridiculous movement speed. I mean, they can outrun most of my units, to be honest. Apart from maybe the chariots. And I think even my exemplary ambushers aren't as fast as they can move. So basically they can outrun us, plus their stats are amazing. And then you've got is it the Champions of Troy? Guardians of Troy? Whatever those shield guys, shield spear guys, who have, well, I've seen them with over 100 melee defense. And like 80 armor, I think. I mean, what I've got nothing that can do anything against that, and the javelins just bounce right off them. Fortunately, we're facing these jerks, and these jerks, well, they aren't really going to be doing too much damage to us, because they're all, well, shieldless to start off with, which makes my life significantly easier. And also, they've just got skirmishers, so we can easily deal with them. But it's going to take a little while to sort of draw them into combat, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I do think the Harpies look great. Plus, they're a fantastic unit. I mean, honestly, they're better than any javelin unit that Odysseus can field, which feels a bit unfair considering that literally anyone can get them. I mean, they're good in melee, they're good at shooting people, they have flanking bonuses. They're just a really, really good unit that you should definitely always use. So if you get the chance to get Harpy Fiends, definitely get Harpy Fiends. I mean, Harpies are great, but Harpy Fiends are just significantly better. Okay, here comes the... Yep, that's fine. Here come the heavy Trojan chariots. They're going to charge... Now, they're taking quite a lot of damage. The horses have multiple javelins in their face. You see, they're slamming into our shielded spearmen, and our shielded spearmen taking a bit of damage, tanking it fairly well.
is close enough to taste.
But you can see they just pull through like it's just no one's business, which is kind of the problem, I think. I mean, I think there's a happy medium. There's a point where chariots are hard to pull out of an enemy unit, and there's a point where they just dice through them without so much as by your leave. So sworn fighters getting filled full of javelins, which is working for me. Where are those chariots? There they are. They're heading down towards our harpy fiends. That's not ideal. Need to try and put a stop to that. Their sworn fighters have engaged our front line, but we should be able to deal with them, no problem. Our chariots are running down their skirmishers, and we're just dealing with the last few sworn fighters, and we've also got some skirmishers to deal with as well, so we need to sort them out. These sworn fighters getting surrounded by the harpies who have got their back, and our warriors of Ithaca who have got the front. Their chariots continue to dance around. We're charging them with our chariots. I'm not sure how that's gonna... It's chariot on chariot action. Hot chariot on chariot action. Don't know who's going to come out of this better. I think we did, to be honest. Maybe. Who knows? I'm trying to concentrate fire on the enemy chariots because I think they could be quite nasty. But we're going to get a nice little rear charge there. Just going to grind up these renowned Dardanian fighters. You can see the Korobanates kicking ass. Good stuff. Okay, the chariots now coming down. They've taken a lot of damage. There's still 9 of the buggers, and they're going to come down, and they're going to, well, dice the shit out of my warriors of Ithaca for one. I mean, they're taking damage as well, but our warriors just got really chewed up by that. And they just pull through. No real problem there. They are basically starting to break, though. I think everyone's starting to break. We've got a nice little surround on these sworn fighters, so we're then finishing them off, and then these guys break as well, and then it turns into a mass rout for whoever's left. And to be honest, at this point, there's not many guys left. Okay, 2 birds, 1 stone. And we can just replenish thanks to the casualties the captives we've taken. And you've had to flee. I mean, your army has taken as much damage as I'd hoped, but it's not a big deal because oh look, free real estate. Delicious free real estate.
This city is ours now.
And increase speed in battle while on chariots. Maybe. What was it? Where's items? Jesus, so much stuff. But amazingly, for mortal steed, Odysseus, captured by Achilles following his defeat of Eton, can even keep up with with divine horses when pulling a light Trojan chariot carrying a spear-armed hero. Okay, I have no idea what that is. Never mind. Right. Okay. Okay, we've taken a lot of the coast here, so this is looking pretty good. Not too bad. It does... how are you guys doing? You're kind of struggling a bit, aren't you? Reinforcements are on their way, though. I mean, for both me and Sparta. Poor old... Nestor took an absolute beating last episode, having to fend off 2 armies at the same time, but succeeded. Just barely. But did manage it. Oh god, you're another one that just likes to send little spear people at me, isn't you? God, I hate you so much. I mean, I might be able to win that. What's the map like? Let's have a look. What do I think? I just don't know if I can be bothered. I mean, they've taken... Ooh, Jesus. I felt that. Did you just raise Helen again? God, Helen must be sick of living in a burned out shell. You want my gold? No, go to hell. That's my gold.
My reputation grows.
Get out of here. Beside now. Oh, hello. Farmers of the Troad have been unsettled following a small quake that has struck the lands nearby Troy. Although this tremor did not inflict any significant damage, the priest warned that sent by Poseidon himself as an omen of his growing resentment. Kyr's foul-tempered Olympian is preparing to inflict a devastating earthquake on the Trojan capital, with the intent of sending its mighty walls and proud battlements toppling to the ground. Huh. Interesting. Isn't that interesting? I think that's interesting. Shall we move in this direction? Where is Leo? There he is. Okay. So, I think we're going to go and take Troy. We're going to wait for Poseidon to knock them walls down, and then we're going to sneak in. Okay.
It will be epic.
Well, it might be. Did I not recruit enough? Oh, probably because I ran out of wood, wasn't it? Okay, all your centaur people are dead. And I don't know if I'm invested in getting more. I could just go for another chariot.
Right away.
Fuck it, let's do it. Let's go more chariots. Let's do it.
Veteran strategist.
Okay, that's fine. I was worried that we might be losing our religion. No, losing bronze, but we're not. I mean, not that'd be a big problem if we were like losing 50 bronze a turn, because I've got so much bronze, it's just not an issue. I don't really care about these cities. They can burn for all I care. Don't give a shit. But once we've taken Troy, we can reinforce it and use it as a base. Garrison replenishes at an incredible rate when fighting a battle against the garrison of Troy. Auto-resolve is not available. Foreign agent action will never succeed. And unique buildings. Ho, ho, ho. It's exciting, isn't it? I didn't think we'd get a... Oh god, there's that army. Oof. Well, yeah. No biggie. Because I've got my eyes on the prize. Oh, God, you guys. There's so many armies all over the place. Yeah, whatever. I know, I get it. I know, I'll assume the position. Like, you just sacked it. You didn't even, like, take it. You just sacked it. And that one over there. Yes, okay. Yeah, we need to get Nestor some help, because he's a little bit surrounded now. Okay, Zeus's Wrath. Where? There. Okay, well, let's just repair all the buildings then. There we go. Everything's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Settlement lost. Yeah, settlement lost. Fine. Settlement raised. Right. It's fine. It's fine. I need to remember to pray to Poseidon, don't I? Because otherwise... Can I not do that? Pray again in one turn. Okay, good. We'll pray again in one turn.
We will go down in history.
We do have a garrison here, so the likelihood of them taking this is pretty fucking low, to be honest. Don't think they can do that. And Nestor's now back up to full. He's got more chariots. He's a chariot boy. Should we give him a chariot as well? Let's give him a chariot. Now he's got a chariot. Isn't he a lucky boy? He is. He is indeed. Where is Leo? There he is. Okay, racing to lend assistance. Shall we go and kill these jerks?
Not possible.
Is it not? Only a 34% chance to poison the well.
Not for the squeamish.
Okay, well, we shanked them. Is that good enough to go after them, do we think? I mean, we're probably not going to get a better chance.
Words win through. Send them to Hades. Go at them.
Let's get them. I have a real problem with the Hector's Chosen, and the Champions of Troy. Because I mean their stats are ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So we're trying to use our chariots, but our chariots aren't really very effective against them, to be honest. I mean they do okay, but as I say, they just kind of like knock them over a little bit. And you can see how much damage we took there.
Victory is closer
Ow.
to taste.
Well, you say that, and I know a lot of people go, well, you just tank them and then shoot them with javelins in the back, and it's like, well, yes, of course I do. That's fucking 101, isn't it? That's not the difficult part. The difficult part is the fact that you can shoot them in the back, but they don't seem to really give a fuck. They just kind of sit there and just like they have like 18 javelins in the back, and they're just kind of like, oh, I felt something then. It tickled. Also, they've got these chariots, and they're basically just going to wreck my front line. They're not even like heavy chariots, just Anatolian. They're just going to grind up my front line. So my poor heavy shielded spearmen here, basically the tankiest unit that I can get. I mean, they've got a melee defense of 25, and I don't entirely know why. And now 7. Why? And now they're broken. Well, good. So fuck knows. But we're now swinging units around to try and get them, to shoot them in the back. Our chariots are trying to keep them away from our Harpy Fiends. One of your Harpy Fiends is actually going to move in to engage the heavy shock spears, because why not? Our chariots are getting wrecked, to be honest. Our chariots are just... There's 9 chariots left there. And we've got this big blob of Champions of Troy and Hector's Chosen just continuing to just hack away. I'm chucking javelins at them, right? Javelins right in the back. Do they give a shit? Nope. Not a fucking toss was given. You need so many javelins to take down one unit of these bastards. They just don't give a shit. And that's assuming they let you shoot them in the back. Because your front line doesn't hold up long enough. I mean, they're still fighting these poor old heavy shielded spearmen here. And I don't know how they're holding up, but I think it's mostly because they're bunched up. Which is good. Good. We're charging in, trying to do some damage. It is doing some damage, but again, their morale is so high, they just don't want to run away until they're basically dead already. So, I mean, our army's taken quite a pounding, and this army was already pretty fucking damaged. And yet... Still, I mean, I wouldn't want to face this army with Hector and it being a full stack, to be honest. This was manageable. Because I've been lobbing javelins at these dickheads for fucking minutes. They don't care. They just keep fighting. They've still got 45 fucking morale. 69 morale, the sexiest amount of morale to have. They've got 69, like, they've seen their friends filled with javelins from head to toe. And they're just like, oh well. I hate these guys so much. The sooner I kill or take Troy, the sooner they probably can't recruit so many of these absolute jerks. And the sooner I'll be happier. Get out of here. Go on. Good God. So much damage. Okay, I'm hoping I didn't lose that unit of chariots. Oh, they're still alive. There's one. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Do I sack it? Yeah.
Move up.
I'm just gonna sack it. Close victory, but the important thing is that doom stack is out of here. Okay. We need to be in position so that when the walls of Troy fall, we can move in and grab it. Because that's going to be our best chance. I mean, I don't know what the garrisons... In fact, I'm fairly sure the garrison's horrendous. I'm fairly sure that garrison is god bloody awful, and it's going to... The only way we're going to take it is with a buckets full of blood. But...
It will be epic.
Guess that's what we're doing.
It will be epic.
Well, maybe. Certainly a whole bunch of people die. I just think taking Troy, once we've got Troy, I think they won't have as much access to those horrible Chosen and the Guardians of Troy. And once they don't have access to that, well, they're basically dead. Hello, traders from a faraway land. More bronze, or more everything but less influence. I mean, extra gold. How much is minus 10 influence every turn, do we think? Is that going to be a problem? How many turns is it for? 4. So we can spend 200 gold or we'll gain 200 gold. We don't really need the other resources. Nah, fuck it, I'll just take the bronze. Okay, Hera has leveled down. That's okay. Caster's back. Nice to hear. Get the blockade drills. That's 4 turns, then 1 turn for the Beasts of War. So, if we don't manage...
To victory!
Ugh. If we don't manage to hit Troy when Poseidon knocks its walls down, then at least we should be able...
Erebus, Shroud, they won't know what to believe.
Oh, Dave. Then we should be able to just, like...
I have a plan.
Make a nice old...
Prepare an ambush.
Make a nice old siege tower. That's the word I was looking for. Good. Got there in the end. Bit of a struggle, but never mind. Okay, we need garrisons here, don't we? But we can't get it because we don't have the upgrade building, so we'll do that. And how's public order over here? Well, they're not happy. So we will upgrade that one. Okay, what else? Nesta's over there. We've got...
Unwavering service.
You're going to come over here. We need to go and pray to... oh, what's his face? Poseidon. Oh god, both have levels. Well, Zeus wasn't max rank, was he? We can do a Hecatomb. That'll increase that. Bosch, fixed. We can then do a prayer to Poseidon to stop the whole horrible sea shit. That works. Then we can move in and deal with these guys.
That is beyond me.
Is it? Okay, well, you know,
War.
chin up.
Massacre them.
We have wrecked their fences. And that's just the start. I mean, there's quite a few people in here. A couple of generals. They've got a fair chunk of missile units. Also these heavy Trojan chariots, which are going to be a real pain in the arse. Yeah, well, thank you. And of course, they got reinforcements as well. Reinforcements coming onto the field. Some axe chargers, some coastal club fighters. A whole bunch of axe chargers. I mean, are these guys any good? No, they're garbage. Okay, good. So our chariots, that is Nesta, and our 4 units of reinforced skirmish chariots moving in there. Got my Cyclops. He's yeeting rocks at people. 4 kills with 1. I mean, you know, that's 4 birds, 1 stone, or in this case, 4 Dardanian spearmen, 1 stone. Every 30 seconds, he can lob another one. But while he's yeeting rocks at people, we are moving our chariots into position because, I mean, these guys, well, they're just going to grind them to death under the wheels of our chariots. Here they come. Beep, beep.
hero is under attack. Naturally.
Just running the buggers down. Look at that. I mean, not actually doing well, I say not doing a huge amount of damage. I mean, they are now retreating onto the next units. Say just carving into them. Plus, of course, the chariots behind tend to help push the chariots that get bogged down in front. And I mean, we just run over them, wipe out almost half a unit. We did lose a chariot though. We did lose a chariot. I don't know whether our chariots are like accidentally hitting each other with their skirmish attacks. That could well... They could well be actually damaging themselves. I'm fairly sure most of those hits just hit our own chariots, so maybe I should turn off the missile attacks. Maybe that would make them better. So I'm fairly sure we shouldn't have taken that much damage. I think they honestly are hitting themselves.
No question.
I mean, that's not bad. They're like shooting at the warmonger over there. Our units are now chucking stuff. Dardanian mob. These guys are garbage. Off they go. Our chariots have decided, you know what? Let's go and have a run around the city. Just see what it's like. See the sights. Beep, beep. It's the problem with out-of-town drivers, isn't it? They never know where they're going. And our chariots are no exception. Just running down everyone in their path. Even more chariots. These guys aren't even. They're just getting grinded down. There's some Dardanian mob chasing after them. But we're just dicking about basically. And as we come across the city, you can see all these units suddenly, like the AI loses as soon as you like touch the victory point. The AI basically loses its mind and just desperately charges straight for you, which is great for us because of course, you know, chariots. So we're squelching everyone beneath our wheels, taking a little bit of damage as we do it. But I feel like doing quite a lot of damage. At the same time, some of their units are sort of like coming back to the fight, but they're not doing very much. We didn't actually do as much damage as I thought we would have done here. I think that the heavy Trojan chariots, I think, did a number on us. So I've decided we probably need to get out of the city now, otherwise we're going to get surrounded. So we're leaving. You know, we've seen the sights, had a drive around the city centre. It was lovely, but these narrow lanes, they're not great for chariots. So we are going to we're going to leave and maybe find a park and ride or something. Because there's no parking. There's no parking here. Absolutely no parking. So let's leave. Now, because like we touched the city centre, it's almost like the AI just goes, all right, fuck it. We'll just charge you then. I guess you touched our special location. We're just going to lose our mind and any sense of defensive positioning and just charge is basically what they're going to do. So that's exactly what they're just going to charge straight for us, which is, well, yes, which isn't a great idea when you're charging directly in, towards javelins, as these sworn fighters have just learned. However, coming in behind them are some axe chargers who have also learned the importance of not running towards javelins and people lobbing rocks. But as you can see, the AI is just like, nope, charge. That's it. Just charge. Which is fine. I'm alright with that. I should probably put my javelins back. We've obviously got the slingers who are lobbing rocks, chucking stones at people. Big blob of infantry here, which we're going to charge down into with our chariots. Careering down, and here come the Trojan heavy chariots. Now these obviously don't have the skirmish attack, but it seems like they're slightly more effective at actually just they are heavy in chariots rather than medium chariots. But as you can see, the heavy chariots straight into our island skirmishers, straight into our warriors of Ithaca. It's like they're just not there. They just ram in. You can see our warriors just taking... And you can see the kill count on the Trojan heavy chariots as they just career through our line without so much as a by your leave. Starting to rack up more kills. There's not much we can do to stop them, to be honest. Like, what do you do? What do you do? What? I guess I could use my own... Oh, God. Like, they're just rolling all over my slingers. Look at this. No, this is what I should be doing to you. Not the other. I'm charging my chariots in because I'm like, no, stop them. Stop them. They've wiped out, almost wiped out a unit of renowned armoured slingers. So we've charged the heavy Trojan chariots in a desperate attempt to maybe try and slow them down or stop them or deal with them somehow. There's a big old melee going on here. Fortunately, obviously, our units are better. Our spear runners are taking an absolute pounding, but I'm not particularly bothered about them, I'll be honest. There's a chariot engagement going on here, and we're sort of winning, but taking a huge amount of punishment at the same time. Fortunately, our infantry is just better. And the Cyclops is just lobbing rocks at people with 32 kills. He's killed 32 people by just chucking rocks at them. You're right there, buddy. He's now just charging into... Oof. Holy shit, mate. Down we go. Perfect. Our chariots have seen off the enemy chariot, taken an absolute pounding at the same time. I mean, they have done a lot of kills, to be fair to them, but taking a lot of damage in the meantime. The enemy heroes are starting to rout. One has popped his Aristeia, so he's going to be sticking around for a bit, but overall the enemy army is defeated and fleeing, and I really don't like heavy chariots. Yeah, chariots. Chariots are a wee bit broken, to be honest. I think the heavy chariots... I mean, you can get archer chariots and you can get the skirmisher chariots that we've got, and they're fine. But I feel like the heavy chariots are probably just better, all in all. Let's occupy it. I was tempted to sack it, but we're just going to occupy it. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, okay, got one of those. Another one Poseidon. And we have the entire province. Which is nice, I guess. Like, what we can... Yeah, growth. Sure. Repair that. We'll upgrade that. I mean, getting some more gold would be nice. We need the influence here, and we're probably never going to get it, because influence is really tough to get for some reason. And Nestor's going to heal up, and we can then continue to push, especially because we now have a second army on their way. And in the north, of course, we have Odysseus and Leo closing in on Troy as Poseidon makes little rumblings. So as soon as that wall hits, as soon as the earthquake hits, we're getting down there. We're getting down there. We're going to take it, and we might take Zelia first if I can do some damage to the garrison, because I don't. I mean, we could try and take it with just what we've got.
Your path to victory.
It could well be. So maybe we should try that. But that we'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.